We want to turn now to that historic day at the Supreme Court. Groups supporting LGBTQ rights rallied outside as the justices heard arguments on whether federal civil rights laws should apply to that community. Jan Crawford reports on what's at stake and the justices' spirited debate.
I was fired for being gay.
Gerald Bostock says he lost his job in Georgia after joining a gay recreational softball league.
It's a much bigger issue than just me.
Transgender woman Amy Stevens said she was fired from a Michigan funeral home after she revealed she was transitioning from a man.
And we all deserve the same rights.
Today, they asked the court to rule that Title VII of the 1964 Federal Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discrimination based on an individual's race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, also protects employees based on their sexual orientation or gender identity. But conservative justices suggested those arguments should be directed instead at Congress. Justice Samuel Alito, the point is that discrimination on the basis of sex, in the sense that Congress understood it in 1964, is a different concept from discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Justices noted far-reaching implications: same-sex bathrooms, dress codes, and transgender women playing on women's sports teams. Congress repeatedly has refused to change the 1964 law to specifically prohibit employment discrimination based on sexual orientation. And until last year, federal appeals courts have uniformly said it wasn't covered, leading 22 states and the District of Columbia to pass their own laws outlawing it. But liberal justices were sympathetic, saying the civil rights law was aimed at combating discrimination, even if not seen as a problem at the time. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Title VII was meant to strike out the entire spectrum of sex stereotyping.
Now, the court's two new justices seemed impossible to predict. Justice Neil Gorsuch did seem somewhat open to the idea that the words of the law might be read to cover this kind of discrimination, but then he worried about, quote, massive social upheaval. Nora?
All right, Jan, thank you.